Jem is my name, no one else is the same. Jem is my name. Jem.
Hello, everyone. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Kelly.
And we are the Video Game Fashion Police. We look at video game characters' outfits, accessories, and overall sense of fashion.
And judge them.
Today, we will be looking at JEM from JEM and the Holograms.
The famous video game.
Yes, the one of a long line of awesome video games.
Yes.
We're joking because so far as I can tell, while the JEM and the Holograms property has been made into several different board games, I can't find any evidence that anyone has made a video game out of it, which honestly makes me a little sad. So why the heck are we talking about a cartoon character when we are the video game fashion police? Because it's our show and we can do whatever the hell we want. So one of the lovely things about the 65 episode cartoon show JEM and the Holograms is that the characters, unlike many cartoons, frequently change their clothes. JEM in particular has dozens of outfits across the series. So how can we judge them? Well, what we decided to do was independently pick our three favorites, or rather pick our favorites. So we ended up with half a dozen each or so. We compared our lists and decided to address the ones that overlapped. Well, JEM has so many great fashions that we ended up with a pretty large variety. We only had one common outfit between our lists. Right. So what we did is we'll talk about the common outfit, and then Kelly picked one from my list and I picked one from her list. And those are the outfits we'll talk about today. So first on the list is JEM's default outfit, the little pink dress.
Yes.
Which has a different color variation, but we both agreed that the one with the burgundy, the dark red sash was our favorite. So Kelly, tell us about this outfit.
Yeah, so I love this outfit because I've always been a fan of the juxtaposition of skin. Like if you're going to have all of your legs showing, which he does, then you have to have, your arms covered. I like that, duality of like, this is where I'm sexy. So now we're focusing on the long legs and not distracting from anything else. So, Coco Chanel would be very proud of her in this way. But I really like that color combination. And I know you just mentioned about we chose this one as opposed to kind of like her more washed out pink. Like this is like, especially with her hair, you have like that dark burgundy, and then you have the, solid rosish pink, and then, her cotton candy hair. And it just, the whole thing works. The slit and the angle,
you're talking the angle of the cut on her skirt?
Yeah, the asymmetrical hem is awesome. But then she has the sash to cover the side, which is just, I find it so simple, but it speaks so much as to who she is. Like it makes so much sense that this would be her default outfit. I mean, it really does, because it's simple and yet you know exactly who this woman is looking at this outfit.
Yeah, I find it a deceptively simple look. I mean, it looks like just at first blush, you're like, okay, it's just a pink mini dress. Yeah. And with pink hair and pink shoes and a pink bracelet and pink earrings and pink eye makeup. And you think, it's all pink. How is that working? But I think for me, it's definitely what you touched on, is that sash is what makes this this dress really work. I think without that sash, and especially that contrast and that high contrast in color, which is not just the dark burgundy or maroon of the sash, but she's got the darker pink of the dress, and then the lighter pink of her hair,
and her eyes are deeply inset with that.
Right. I think those contrasts, even though we're in the same hue of the color wheel, really keeps the outfit from being boring. Even though it's really kind of simple. It's one of the simplest outfits she has in the series, and
Yeah.
I think it's probably that iconic look for Gem. I mean, this is when most people think of Gem and the Holograms, this is probably the outfit that comes forefront to mind. And I think that's for a very good reason. It's incredibly readable. It's got a great silhouette, and it's just simple, memorable, and iconic.
Yeah. And the thing that's wonderful is there's nothing else. Like, I'm so glad they didn't go with a tight. I'm so glad they didn't go with like a fishnet of some sort, or like even boots, or like, and I think that the fact that there's so much leg draws away from the fact that it's literally just monochromatic in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you like look at it and you look at it any longer, I think everything would change. It's like the proportions and the, yeah.
You know, that's an excellent point that I didn't consider. I think the mileage of leg that we're getting in the bottom half of the entire look is contributing to that color contrast and offset to the entire outfit.
I agree.
And I didn't think of it before this, but I think you're right. If she were wearing tights or nets or something on her legs, or boots or anything other than these simple heels, I don't think it would work.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so there's Jim's classic look. Let's move on to one that I picked from her line of fashion, and that Kelly picked from my list, and that is this dark overcoat, which we only see in music videos in the series, the Twilight in Paris and part of the Truly Outrageous music video. But what I like about this look is, one, it's a strikingly handsome look. It's like cool. There's also a recolor of this that pops up in the series occasionally, a much lighter color that I don't think works as well. I really like this overcoat look. So tell us about it.
I agree. I love a trench, and I especially love a trench worn as a dress. Coat dresses are awesome, just like shirt dresses are awesome. So I chose this one too, and the other one that has the lighter coat and like white boots, I think it has the same problem that the other version of her, that pink outfit. It just washes us out. It's so striking having the dark blue and then those pop of plum boots, and you don't know how high they go, and it's you don't know what's under there. Again, as we can tell, what I think is sexy is like hints of things. But I think that a trench coat or a trench dress is so like representative of like a star too, because you see stars out and they're always in their big hoodies and stuff, and like to me this is like the 80s star. She just wears a trench coat, she can flip up her she can put on her sunglasses, flip up the collar, and she has her boots, and she can just go places and be kind of, if it weren't for the pink hair, sorry, she can kind of be incognito, even though everyone knows who Kim is. But it's like that, to me, that's what spoke to me about it, is I think to myself, this is the look of a star when she needs to pump her own gas type of a thing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I just like it. Again, and there's, just like I was saying earlier, there's something so simple about it. She doesn't have a big old brooch, or anything. Her pull-on boots are just pull-on boots. There's no big zipper side. It's just a very well-fitted trench coat.
Yeah, it's I like when she wants to pump her own gas. On the other hand, she does drive the Rockin' Roadster, so that's pretty ostentatious in and of itself. I'm imagining her at the pump wearing this, standing next to the Rockin' Roadster.
They're like, "Are you Jem?" No.
Nope.
You must have me confused.
I'm her driver. It's like, wow, it's funny because Jem has a manager who looks exactly like her, and she also has a driver that looks exactly like her. What are the odds? If you want to work for Jem, you got to look exactly like her. Now, one interesting note about this particular outfit is there's there's a shot of her walking down the stairs in the Truly Outrageous music video
Okay.
where her knees poke out from under the trench coat. So what we see is her boots go up to below the knee.
Okay.
And she's bare-legged at least to a bit of several inches above the knee.
So mid-thigh-ish.
Probably mid to slightly below mid-thigh. So I'm wondering what she's wearing. I mean, this sounds leerish, but I'm curious as to what she's wearing under that. I'm thinking maybe pencil skirt,
So
just because of the line of the, just because what we see peeking out from the bare knees with the boots and the line of the trench coat. Pencil skirt, you think?
Yeah, I would say something like that, or her little mustard dress. Even though she has an obvious scarf right here, it could just be a simple little skater dress kind of a thing. And then she has her little dark purple caftan or whatever you want to call it, right here. Just a little sorry, I'm trying to look at things and also talk at the same time, which does not work. So I'll stop. Her purple scarf, because it's obviously a windy day, at least in the picture. But yeah, to me, she's probably just wearing a very, or even a scuba dress. Pencil skirt, cowl top because of the cowl there. I mean, there's a few things she could wear under there, but it is interesting to know and to think. And I think that that's the beauty of a trench coat, which is also why, flashers love them, because it's that whole, what are you wearing underneath? I'll show you. No. But yeah, that's what I like about the trench coat, is that it does keep you guessing like that.
It is an interesting contrast to the very leggy mini skirt for her.
Yeah, she's completely covered, and yet you're still very intrigued. So.
No wonder Rio likes her so much. All right, so lastly, my pick from your pick.
Yeah.
This is from the Straight from the Heart episode.
Yes.
This outfit was designed by up-and-coming fashion designer Regine Cesare, and she calls this her Martinique look, which is an island in the Caribbean, where she hails from. Now, this is actually part of a series of dresses that she designed for the entire Holograms band, but we're just looking at JEM's outfit here. So what spoke to you about this particular outfit, aside from the cherry pattern on it?
I think it's so very different, the way that this one, it stands out, because I think when you look at her like closet, if you will, of outfits, this one to me just stood out as like it was completely something that I don't think JEM would have picked out for herself, but yet is so totally JEM. And I think, it's like that surprising, I would never have thought this would work. And, it worked, and then it does. And the thing that makes it so totally JEM is you have the pink, and you have the asymmetrical hem. And, but this time you have a little bit of red and green thrown in for the contrast instead of the burgundy. You have, I love a cutout, a little keyhole there. I love those. I have dresses with those, and they are just super flattering to any figure. She has a few outfits, the Journey Through Time, the blue one. She has a few outfits that have like those keyholes, and they're fun. And and of course I really, really like, I am such a pattern mixer. I love to mix patterns. And so the fact that stripes go with cherries, it's just and then goes with a red and a pink. I mean, it really does, everything works so well. And if you just did this in like a black and white sketch, you might look at it and go, really? I don't know. But like, it totally works. The only thing I personally would have changed, I'm not sold on the red headpiece. I would have wanted it maybe just without the big bow. Just
Yeah, I think
flat.
the color nicely balances out her strappy heels, and I'm not sure if it's the inner lining of her skirt or a slip, but you can see the dark red
Yeah.
on the inside of her skirt.
Yeah.
I think that balances that out, along with the deep red of the cherry print on the midsection of the dress.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think the actual big bow on the side of her face might be a bit much. But
Yeah.
I think the color balance really works. I think you've really hit on something interesting here with um, the pattern mix. We've got the solid color of the sleeve and the ruffled skirt. We've got the cherry pattern in the midsection, and then we've got the stripes on the bottom and the top. So also, what do you think generally of just sleeves?
I don't like them. I'm not a big fan of those.
I think
Something
it
about
works for this outfit,
it
but
works for this outfit. Well, I also
just from a
think
balance
that
perspective.
from a balance perspective for this outfit, it works. And I feel as if this is like a two, because I think that if you took them off, she would look like she's just on the beach. Like it really is a island outfit. Having no gloves, sleeves here, I feel as if would be a lot more casual somehow. And all of a sudden she wouldn't look like does she performs in this dress?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like having that coverage makes it look like a performance. Not having it, is where I see it being more like, okay, now I'm going to go to the beach. Like it's almost as if she could wear her swimsuit under this and it's like a cover up. But, again,
But
she's
probably
wearing,
not with the big bow and the arm
right, but
sleeves.
no, and sandals
That's
are
what
not
keeps it from
wingback.
being a sarong cover up kind of bathing suit cover up kind of thing.
Exactly. So yeah, because I'm really not a fan of those sleeves, and yet they work here.
Now, I found what you said really in the beginning really interesting regarding Regine's design is both something that you said you don't think JEM would pick out herself, and yet she gets a lot of elements of JEM correct, such as the angled cut of the dress and the color scheme. Interesting, and I find that very interesting because I know you haven't seen the episode that this comes from,
Right.
but this outfit, the entire line of outfits, were actually rejected by the holograms when Regine first presented them presented her line to them,
Really?
saying that they're beautiful and unique, but not exactly us, not the kind of thing we usually wear. It's not quite right or appropriate for our concert. And then at the end of the show, when they're doing the concert, Regine's sitting out the audience, the curtains come out, and they're in the Martinique outfits that she designed. And they tell her later, they say, we were wrong. We were afraid to take a chance, but your instincts were right all along, Regine. Cookies and gold stars for you.
Yeah, see, I can judge people and be right on the money.
Okay, so summing up, what is JEM's worst look, and why is it this pair of backwards overalls?
It's so terrible. It's so terrible, though. It's got to be the most uncomfortable thing ever. So, brother explained to me that she's working and doing like housework or painting or some sort of, manual labor in this outfit. And so it's one of those, just throw on something. I don't mind getting paint on it. And I just think to myself, you have the right idea. You just have it backwards. Like that's gotta hurt the girls. Like why, unless she has, because I've seen her looks, she has breastages. Like I would say an 11-year-old could wear backwards overalls and not, get into too much trouble. I mean, she better has band-aids over those nips, baby, because that is going to rub.
Yeah, there's probably a reason that outfit is literally 3 shots of one episode.
It's got it in my head. I have to believe that it's some sort of cotton or weird. It can't be denim. If those are denim overalls, we have a problem.
Okay, so a more serious question though.
Yeah.
In what department store would you expect to find JEM's fashion line?
Yeah, so JEM definitely has, if you just kind of scroll through, she's very iconic with like like we said, she has that trench coat. And then you go through some of her other looks and she has things that really could come right off the rack with maybe some embellishments. And I would definitely put her at like a Nordstrom's type of thing, especially with all the pumps and boots that she wears as well. But I mean, if you scroll through some of her looks, you know, you have just J40. That is an off the rack dress. It's gorgeous. And it's probably a couple $100. And then you have, you know, Hot Time in Hawaii. That was on my list as well. The previous one was on yours, and that one has a fantastic look. Even something that neither of us chose, like the peplum, the yellow peplum shirt with the blue pants. Like those are 100% something that you would go like career woman, which is weird because you don't think of JEM as a career woman. So you're like Neiman Marcus, Nordstrom's, that's so careerish. But if you look at the base of a lot of her outfits, she just, you know, tarts them up with hair and fancy belts and chunky jewelry. But like the base is there of you know, very solid foundation pieces that are probably, you know, could work in cocktail hours and stuff. So yeah, that's where I would think she should shop.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, that ends our analysis of JEM's fashion. Oh, but we're not done yet. No. Join us next week when we take a look at Pizzazz and her fashion sense. I do hope you're looking forward to it. So until then, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Kelly.
And from us to you,
Stop dressing like an asshole.